Let's review the reports of international human rights organizations. Two examples are presented to you. In each of these examples, you are required to identify the standards that have been used in the assessment. Click the link to access the report of the South African Commission on Human Rights that did an investigation into the public violence against non-nationals in 2008. Did you note that Chapter 1.4 lays down the law and policy framework guiding the fact-finding? It identifies the applicable standards that include international human rights treaties such as the ICCPR, ICSCR, ICERD, and the CAT, regional instruments such as the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, and the domestic legal regulatory framework. Click the link to access the joint NGO statement on torture and trials in Turkmenistan. This is a joint statement issued by national and international human rights organizations, as identified in the second para of the statement. Did you note that the organizations have used the international human rights instruments such as the ICCPR and CAT as the framework of analysis? Turkmenistan has ratified both ICCPR and CAT and thus is under the obligation to implement these treaties. We have reached the end of this lesson. You should now be able to explain why human rights standards should be used and understand how the international human rights framework or domestic legal framework is used to identify and highlight human rights violations.